Hi, Scorpio. Welcome. So, Scorpio, this is going to be a reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. And yes, actually, Scorpio, it wasn't your turn yet, but for some reason, like the fall weather today had me thinking like Scorpio season, which it is Scorpio season, and happy birthday to any of my Scorpios. And then like my outfit. Tell me why this made me feel like Scorpio vibes. I don't know. And I hope that doesn't offend anybody if you don't like my outfit, but I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Anyways, I felt like, okay, it's time to do your reading, so here we are. And as I say that, we get the card out of the Numinous, which is kind of like Scorpion energy. It's also Piscean energy. Could be connecting with that or have that in your chart. But it's very mysterious, right? Very, the veil being drawn type of energy. It talks about the unknown, ESP, psychic abilities, deja vu, shadow work, your intuition, tapping into the underworld, all very scorpionic type of vibes as well. So I love that. I love that for you. Let's go deeper and see those Scorpio. And I just noticed your card is at the bottom of the deck, so it really was meant to be. I knew it was your turn. Anyways, let's see what else we get out for Scorpio. And I want to say too, as cheesy as this sounds, I'm sorry, I have to say it, but you guys know I meditate. I hold my little ball here and I meditate before I push play on my video, or record, I should say. And as I was meditating, like I couldn't help but to hear or start singing the song really out loud, the Monster Mash. We did just get out of Halloween season though. But you know what song I'm talking about, right? We did the mash, the Monster Mash, the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard splash. Anyways, take it or leave it. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into it. You have the card of morality. Very interesting card there, and I'll tell you why in a second. Then the mind, but check out that card, also very interesting. And then participation. Aries got this card when I did their reading. So quite literally, this card talks about mortality, new beginnings, endings, the rebirth process, life and death. Very scorpionic energy as well. Not surprised to see that here. And then you have the card of the mind. Now, this is an interpretation of kind of like feeling like your mind is on overload, like overstimulated, too much going on there. And then it's next to the card of participation, which is all about group activity, your community, other people. So I don't know, Scorpio, if you're having, maybe troubles like fitting into society, or feeling like you don't fit into society, or maybe you don't even want to, right? I feel like, sometimes Scorpio energy can be a bit of like a loner or a lone wolf type of vibe. And that's totally fine because you go to the beat of your own drum anyways, so who cares? And or it could just be that you're getting overstimulated around people, too many people, out in public. There seems to be a lot going on in the psyche as well for Scorpio energy, as this is bringing up like the deeper parts of you, your shadow work, spirituality, what is life's meaning, staring death in the face. Those types of feelings and emotions are like coming up. So it feels deep, okay? I feel like you might have a lot going on, and yet your spidey senses are peaking right now. With the Numinous card here, it talks about intuition being heightened, your dream states being heightened, your ability to, read the room or read other people being heightened right now, Scorpio. So all of that playing into the mix. Very interesting start to the reading. I'm loving it. So let's see, where is this headed? What is this all about for my Scorpios? What else do they need to know? I can't believe I got the Monster Mash song. I hope you guys had a good Halloween, though. All right, so the moon card, excuse me, the Three of Swords, and it came out in the reverse, the Queen of Pentacles. And the very first thing I got when these cards came out is harboring feelings or harboring hard feelings. For some of you, there may be some of that going on, whether it's you or somebody you're connecting with. But the energy feels a bit harsh to me, Scorpio. It may feel like you're nursing some wounding here. The moon is a very secretive energy. It's like hidden emotions, hidden feelings. So not that I'm trying to out you, you know, but this is between you and I, but it seems like you're hiding a lot of emotions right now or suppressing it in some way. You know, trying to stay practical, trying to stay reasonable, but it's coming off maybe louder than your words. You know, energy often precedes everything else. Like you can feel energy over words and actions. So I'm not quite sure how well this is being hidden, but there's like a sarcastic tone here as well, or like a very serious tone around this. So I don't know if you're coping through sarcasm or sarcastic humor or, you know, that type of vibe. And this could be also somebody you're connecting with. Keep in mind if it's not you, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this card. And it's kind of in a way like a coping mechanism, but it's also a cover-up, right? And don't we all do this when we don't really want to share what we have going on in our heart and our minds? And Scorpio, you know that you're definitely capable of keeping things to yourself when you feel you want that privacy, when you feel like it's nobody else's business, you know what I mean? So there's a method to your madness. There's a reason why Scorpios don't always share their feelings on their sleeves like some of the other zodiac signs do. But I definitely got the word harboring. Okay. Oh, there's that Ten of Swords. Are my cards upside down? Oh, they're all mixed up. Okay. Ten of Swords. And I also feel like this is something you're trying to release at the same time. Like there may be something here that just completely exhausts you and you're trying to release it, but it keeps coming back to the forefront, or keeps coming back to the forefront of your mind possibly. And every time you think like you're over it, you've overcome it, then it's like right there again, you know. And I feel a lot of frustration around this. I feel you know, with the King of Swords here, kind of a harshness around it. So don't be your own worst enemy, Scorpio. Sometimes when you're getting that frustrating type of vibe, you can literally become your own worst enemy, or the enemy of another. And I feel like there's more around that, but I'm going to go on to the next cards for now. So yeah, there's that sense of like, okay, I'm done. I'm over it. I've successfully overcome that. I'm moving forward. And yet, maybe it's been a cyclic pattern for you, or yet it feels like it's still lingering somewhat. And I'm getting the word again, harboring. And yet you're still harboring hard feelings about it. Listen, I don't care how much somebody proclaims they're over something, how much you want to believe you're over something. If you're still harboring negative feelings, no matter how justified you are, you're not over it. Not vibrationally speaking. You know, you may not be speaking about that person to that person, or, you know, speaking out loud what happened to you. But as long as every time you think about it, it creates a negative emotion in you, then you haven't completely healed from it. And that's a really unpopular thing to say, because most people don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Yes, I am. I'm so over it. But if it creates an emotional response inside of you that causes a negative reaction or pain or whatever, then no, you haven't completely healed from it. You have not completely healed from it. And that's all right, because it takes, you know, all of us different timelines to soothe ourselves, to move on from things, etc., etc. For us fixed signs, I'm a fixed sign as well, Scorpio. It takes longer. Just being honest, it takes us fixed signs longer than it does the mutable and the cardinal signs. But that doesn't mean it's impossible, right? Because I do feel like you are making progression here. You have the 8 and the 7 of Pentacles, which is all about, you know, staying dedicated, staying busy, working on yourself, or staying busy at work, or working on things that, you know, bring value in your life, that keep you busy, that keep you occupied. This is also about saving up your money and investing your time and energy wisely. So I feel like in some weird way, you're making the best of this, right? And I actually feel that you're not just making the best of it, but you're making a lot of progress around this, whether you can see it or not. But, you know, shadow work takes a long time, and that's exactly what I'm picking up on, is shadow work. The things that we harbor that hide in the shadow, right? And only come out when, you know, the full moon comes, or when we're feeling triggered, or, you know, and then we have to look at that and we have to say, I thought I was over that, but why am I feeling that way again? That, you know, there may be no more time needed to move through that. I may need to self-soothe more around that, or change my perspective on that, right? But the reason things keep coming up again and again is because that whatever you have going on internal, as far as your internal dialogue around that person or that situation, that internal dialogue has got to shift and change into a more soothing, or into a more aligned space with your inner being. Otherwise, that disagreement, right, will always be within you. And what I mean by that is when you feel that negative emotion, right, pull you out of your good feeling space, that's because there's a disagreement with the way you're seeing it versus how your higher self is seeing it. And your higher self is seeing it, I promise you, always, forever and ever, through the lens of unconditional love. Because that is who your higher self is. And when you're out of alignment with that, no matter what reason you have, how justified it is or not, how many people would agree with you or not on why you feel out of alignment with that unconditional love, your higher self will never join you in that. It will never join you in that. You've got to do the work to figure out how to position yourself to come together with your higher self on that topic, about that person, about that event, or whatever this is that keeps pulling you into the gutter. And that's, you know, sometimes unpopular for me to say too, because people want the answer to be different than that. They want that person to change so they can feel better, or to go back into the past and change that event so it will feel better. And that's not going to happen. You know, it's about, it's bigger than that. It's more about how you're handling it through your thoughts and your emotions. But that doesn't mean an improvement can't come though, you know, because that kind of sounded to me a bit hopeless, and there is a lot of hope and faith here showing up for you. There is nothing to feel hopeless about, because things will improve, things can improve, things are improving every day, and you're not even noticing. Like, you know, you might be taking score in a different direction, but I feel like there is healing coming through. The 3 of Swords is here, yes, but it's in the reverse, which means there's been some healing around this. You also have the 6 of Wands, which talks about successfully overcoming something. And then, you know, next to the 5 of Cups, which is that sense of hopelessness, you have the 4 of Swords, which is finding peace with that. You know, sometimes the best way to move through a hard emotion is just to make peace with where you're at. To not try at all. You know what I mean? Just to say, I'm angry and I'm okay with that. I love myself anyways. My source loves me unconditionally, no matter what, as it loves everyone else in my life. You know, even if I don't. But it definitely loves you unconditionally. So if I need to be angry, I will honor that. If I'm feeling sad, I'm going to allow myself to feel sad. But I'm not going to live in it, right? The whole point is to honor your emotions, okay? Not push against them, Not try to be happy when you're not happy, or make yourself okay with things you're not okay with. It's about honoring it. But then it's about soothing, meditating, and as you sleep and as you wake the next day, realizing that every morning is a morning that you can reset your vibration. See it differently. See it through a more positive and loving lens. And that's the work. That's the work. That's the only work you need to do. And life will figure the rest of it out for you, Scorpio. And I feel like you know this. I hope I'm not getting preachy with you. But this is the message that's coming out. There's healing here. And then, you know what? Right after that healing is there's a sense of like, I can do this. I can do this. I'm capable of doing this. Because one of the positive things about being a fixed sign, because I feel like us fixed signs get kind of a negative reputation as being like stubborn and fixed. But one of the positive things that I will say is that we persevere. Fixed signs persevere. We don't give up easily, not on ourselves, not on other people. So there's a perseverance showing up here, Scorpio, and like you coming back into this space of feeling capable, of feeling independent, and knowing that you can do this. So it's a lot, this reading is more about the emotional work, okay? Not so much about your day-to-day, although they do want you to maybe save money or invest your money wisely during this time frame. But it's more so about the spiritual, the emotional, the shadow work, Scorpio. So let's see what the guidance cards are, and then we're going to jump to the you versus them love reading. Card number 35, I have the power to direct my own thoughts. Your thoughts do create the reality that you live, and one of the most exciting things about beginning the process of deliberately focusing your thought is that the law of attraction will bring you evidence of your improved thought immediately. And while old patterns will be hard to break, and you may slip back into old patterns from time to time, evidence of your effort will be undeniable to you. And before long, with much less effort than you spend trying to dodge a negative conversation or train another into better behavior, all of your relationships will improve. I could not think of a more perfect advice card than that. It's like exactly what the reading was about. My goodness. Ooh. Ooh. All right, Scorpio, that got deep. Let's see what's going on in the love sector of your life. We're going to go to the you versus them. I'm going to clear this up, and I will be right back. Stay right there. See you in a minute. Welcome back. All right, Scorpio, now we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so the roles can be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let's get into it. Scorpio, your card already came out, and here is your person's card, and I'm going to put that in the middle. So you have the card of postponement, and this person has the card of tuning in. Both are number 4, which I find very interesting. So look up the spiritual meaning of 4s. I'm also thinking like, what is 4th house energy? Like Cancerian energy. So highlighting family, home, feminine energy, that type of vibe showing up. Although you may feel like you're at a stalemate. You may feel like things are postponed or on pause, or just not moving, right? Or not moving in the right direction for some of you. And yet you have the card of success here, which also showed up in the spiritual reading, which is about overcoming something. Your person has the card of turning within. Now, if you can look closely, there's like all these voices and faces outside of this person's aura. So they might be literally trying to tune out, okay? Maybe the voices in their own head or the voices of other people. And yeah, very interesting message to get. So let's go a little bit deeper here and see what else we have going on. I am going to look at most recent past, and then how you both perceive and feel about each other in the now. Can you even see those? Get my camera's aim. My camera angle's off, guys. Should check that. Anyways, then we're gonna look at how you both perceive each other and what's coming next. So, Scorpio, recent past for you, the King of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So I feel like there is some reminiscing going on of the past here, Scorpio, or a past relationship. Now, this could be on your end, or it could be somebody that you're connected to, or this person that is feeling that way. So take it as it resonates, but it's showing up here as like, you know, kind of contemplating just in general about a relationship or this relationship. I feel like there's stress here, there's anxiety around this. Some of you are kind of overthinking the past, or seeing the past through maybe a negative lens of, you know, should have went this way, or should have been different, or, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda type stuff. And that just doesn't serve you, right? It just puts you kind of in a negative place. And the reason it doesn't serve you is because the only time that you have any sort of ability to change is the right here and right now. You don't have the ability to change the past, right? And again, if this isn't you, Scorpio, it could be how this person has been feeling about the past. So take what resonates. Let's see. This person's recent past is the Four of Swords. So I feel like they've recently come to peace with something here. Or done some healing, Scorpio, or perhaps you have, but let's see. Let's go deeper. What is this person's recent past? Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So I feel like this person, again, has come to peace with something that has come to pass. Okay, something from the past. And they're trying to look at like potentials, you know, potential future opportunities or potential for change. And yet the Queen of Swords is here. So the Queen of Swords is not messing around, very serious energy, at least in this deck. And coming from a more logical standpoint than an emotional standpoint. So I feel like this person is making decisions more so from an intellectual or logical stance, or at least they have in the recent past, than anything else. And it could be because of something they've had to heal from in the past, or, you know, that just could be how they kind of always are, especially if they're an air sign. But, you know, take it as it's resonating with you. Hold on a second. So there's also a message about like not understanding this person's reasoning. And that just kind of came out of the blue, but I definitely got the term reasoning. So take that as it's resonating with you, or they didn't understand your reasoning, something like that. Let's go deeper. So how are you perceiving this person in the now? Let's see. Scorpio, how do you see this person in the now? My camera angle is going to drive me nuts, guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get all in your face. I didn't check this before I started my video. Yeah, that's better. Like, you got to be able to see some of the cards, you know what I mean? Hi. Okay. Watch it take a thumbnail of that. Oh my goodness. Yesterday, I posted Aries, and YouTube took a thumbnail that just had me laughing my ass off. Check out the Aries reading thumbnail. Why? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to put these back because I wasn't ready. So let's see. How do you perceive this person in the now? You have the World card. The Five of Cups. What does Scorpio think of this person in the now? Wow, it's weird because I feel like this person emotionally drains you, and yet at the same time, there's a detachment around that, or an attempt to like kind of detach yourself away from that. And the reason I say that is the Four of Cups is here. So the Five of Cups is like kind of being, you know, drained or emotionally overwhelmed. And the Four of Cups is ignoring your emotions, which you can't really do the both of them now, can you? But you can try, you know. And it's weird because this kind of lines up with some of what I picked up in the spiritual reading of like harboring or pushing down emotion, Scorpio. And again, this could be you. I'm picking it up as you, but it could be the person you're connecting with. You know, take it as it resonates. If this person has emotionally drained you, I feel like you've come around to the fact that you just need to ignore them, you know, cold shoulder, detach yourself. And you may be having some difficulty around that under the surface, but I don't feel like you would let this person know or let them on to that. Some of you are doing just fine with it. You know, you are not going to allow that to affect your space anymore. So if they're going to be emotionally draining to you, or you're in a space where you literally don't feel like you have it to give, you're going to ignore, you're going to detach, you're going to, you know, kind of go into your own space. So interesting messages there. Let's see how this person views Scorpio. Five of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Yeah, and it could feel like to this person, because I'm getting the song cold, very cold, you know, or absent. Do you guys know what song I'm talking about? Cold enough to chill my bones. Is that Maroon 5? What's the guy for Maroon 5? You know what song I'm talking about. Okay, Four of Pentacles. You know, and the Four of Pentacles to me can sometimes also be like holding on to things or harboring things. Again, an homage to the spiritual reading that I just did. And it's interesting because it's paired to the Knight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So it could be that, you know, this person is holding on to the fact that, Scorpio, you weren't there when they needed you, or you didn't pay enough attention to them, or, you know, I could go through like a whole litany of reasoning, okay? And some of it may be like super nonsensical to you, or not even connected to what actually happened or the reality of it. And I feel like that's where the disconnect is, because this person, for whatever reason, feels, you know, left out in the cold, okay? Or that there's a coldness to the connection. And they very well could have done that to you, and yet their reasoning is as if you did it to them. It's very interesting to me. I don't know if this is like flipping the script or what this is about. This is a very interesting reading. So let's go deeper into the heart space. Underneath all of this, how does Scorpio actually feel about this person? Let's see. Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Five of Wands. I have a song. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. I don't know who sings that, and yet I know most of the words. Maybe you feel like ripped into pieces or at odds, if nothing else, in your heart space. And I say that because, one, that song came through quite clearly, but you also have the Ten of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Cups, which is a sense of like, yeah, the struggle is real. You know what I mean? It feels to me like the energy is slow as molasses around the connection, and it feels heavy. It feels conflicted, okay, confliction, or there may be actual like argumentative energy inside of you when it comes to this person, or you could be harboring anger towards this person, or they you, or something of that nature. And yet it feels so confusing to me. It's like I don't even know what to choose, what to say, what to do. And so do nothing, you know, and it's like that. And I think that's pretty good advice. When you're feeling like super confused or you don't know what the right thing to do is, you know, do nothing. Wait, give it time, let it pass, you know, meditate on it, sleep on it, you know, wait till you're clear-minded, until you have the clarity, until you know for sure before you act. And so as much as we don't like these periods of lulls or stagnations or whatever, it serves a purpose. And the purpose is to kind of go deep, do that shadow work, figure it out, you know, and then, you know, make some movements forwards or go in a different direction. So I feel confliction, to say the very least. So let's see this person's heart space. Where are they at in their heart towards the connection? King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. You know, it's interesting. I don't get that. I heard it's about the facts. Keep something about the facts. The facts are the facts. I don't know. The High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. So interesting. So for this person in their heart space, it's more about staying grounded, staying practical, investing into what makes them feel secure, safe, investing into their foundation, into their practical world, work, home, you know, and kind of leaving the rest up to fate, their faith, spirit. The High Priestess is in the middle of all of this. So this person feels strongly that the way that they are approaching this or feeling is what they're meant to do, or what they feel is right based on their intuition. They seem to be in a very different heart space than you, Scorpio. Like, this person's heart space is showing up, I don't want to say more grounded, but yours seems kind of up in the air and conflicted, and this person is like, I don't know, I don't want to say like emotionless, but it's like the facts are the facts, like that type of mentality, like this is what it is, you know, that I don't feel like they're having like this inflicted, you know, conflicted type of emotional experience. And that could be good or bad, you know, depending on what you have going on with this person. Can I get one more? What a bizarre freaking message. Now, of course, the Seven of Cups come out, but it come out in the reverse, so they're not having that same confusion. Like, I feel like this person feels that they know what's best or what's right for them, and that they see this clearly, whether you see it or not, you know, type of vibe. And yet the Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords. So there is 3 cards though of either keeping something hidden in a way or hidden motives. So that's really interesting to me. Like, they don't trust your next move, or so interesting. Or they don't want you to know their whereabouts or their next move or something like that. It's Go deeper. Most likely next outcome. I feel like this reading just got very specific. Please don't ever make a reading fit if it's not your situation, guys. This is not a personal reading. It is a general, but let's see. It feels like a personal reading for somebody. 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups. I love this. I love this. So after like this feeling of feeling like conflicted and, you know, feeling drained and then trying to like detach or ignore, I feel like you come to this conclusion of, I don't care. I don't care. Look at that. And I mean that in all the best ways, not in like a malicious or mean way. Like, this is you letting something go, letting it go, and genuinely not caring. Not pretending not to care, but genuinely not caring. Not giving an F is what I really want to say more than anything. But I try to keep it clean on my channel, you know what I mean? Not giving a fudge. That don't sound the same, does it? You get what I mean. Anyways. This is like staying in your own lane, taking care of your own business. Taking care of business is the song that's playing in my head, actually. Getting clarity. So I feel like this fog that I felt earlier lifts, and then there's clarity that comes in. And the clarity that comes in is like, not my problem anymore. You know, like an epiphany, like, aha, I can let this go. I don't need to carry this. I don't need to dwell. I don't need to beat myself over the head with this. I don't need to do anything, you know, and sometimes doing nothing is doing something. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're going into this awesome space where you are just letting it go. And I don't mean like letting anybody get away with anything. I mean letting the confliction go. And ooh, the Knight of Wands, romance enters, or new love, or an opportunity to, at minimal, go back into that more lovely space that is you, that is the real you, Scorpio. I like it. Okay, let's see this person's most likely outcome. Temperance, it was in the reverse. The World. The Star, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So I feel, you know, with Temperance in the reverse, that can be quite a moody energy. It could be imbalanced, temperamental energy. So they kind of start in that space, but then they start to come around. And I feel like what they start to come around to is the Star and the Six of Cups, and that to me is like healing the past. Now that could be through words, that could be through actions, or that could be just through spiritual work where you don't speak it at all, but you know it internally. It's going to be different for each of you, but I feel like this person is reaching to heal their past or to move on from the past. You know, and maybe that is their healing journey. The Six of Swords is about moving forward, and it's a very resolved, resolute energy. So, again, in this person's heart space, I felt they were pretty set on their ways or their way of thinking or their reasoning, okay? And then as we come into the future energies, I feel a little bit of back and forth, but then this person ultimately comes back around to the fact that they do want to heal the past, and the way that they're going to do that is to move forward towards whatever that means for them. It'll work out differently for each of you. It could be that they want to move forward with you and heal something with you. It could be that they're moving on and you are also letting go and new love arrives. So I could read that many different ways, but wow, Scorpio. Never a dull moment for my Scorpios. Okay, so let's see what the guidance is for the both of you. Card number 9. I am a vibrational being, vibrationally emanating desires. You live in a vibrational universe that is managed by law of attraction. The law of attraction is bringing vibrations that are alike together. And so it is important for you to acknowledge that you are a vibrational being, constantly emanating vibrational signals of desire. And when from your human form, you offer a vibration of what you want, because you know what you don't want, so you know what you do want, you cannot contemplate any subject without equal components of wanted and unwanted appearing in your experience. Remember, you are vibration first. Very interesting. All right, so we're going to leave it there for now. Scorpio, zodiac signs you may be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Sagittarius here, Aquarius here. I have that's it? Really? No. Pisces. Cancerian energy. Wow, not a whole lot of zodiac signs here, guys. Aries energy. And those are the primary ones I'm seeing. Scorpio energy, obviously. But it is a general reading, so it doesn't have to be any of those signs. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in my comments below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future content or lives. Also, follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do have content over there. I do go live over there. And also, guys, I'm in the Fab Over 40 contest. We're on the 3rd round. I'm about to make the top 10. Woo-hoo. Thanks to all of you. Thank you if you've already voted. If you would like to vote, you can vote once a day for free by clicking on the link in the community section and or clicking on the link posted on my Facebook. It's pinned at the top. And yeah, help me become the winner of Fab Over 40. Wouldn't that be awesome and amazing? But please don't pay for votes. It gives you an option to pay. No, just give me your free vote. It's fine. It's not that serious. But I appreciate you either way. So, yes, Scorpio, wishing you all the best. And until next time, my friends.